Wasn't this album going to feature only 11 tracks? Hey guys, today I'm going to review Chris Brown's album 1111. Before I get into that, I don't really talk about Chris Brown. I really think that Chris Brown is very talented as an artist. But unfortunately with Chris Brown, he has a lot of controversy and a lot of problems that he cannot really get out of. Either starting feuds that he shouldn't be starting. For an example, starting a feud with Tinashe. Tinashe has done nothing to you. And it's not like Tinashe was taking shots at Chris Brown. I think she really handled it in a very mature way.
You had Chris Brown going off on you over your stance on him. I mean, do you think he kind of blew things out of proportion?
I think he probably didn't actually watch the full video, but you know, it is what it is. It's fine. It's all good.
Did you ever want to like maybe talk to him? Did you maybe make amends with him or something like that?
I would talk to him if he wants to reach out.
Okay, so he's open to it.
It's all love, you know, it's all good. We're trying to, you know, be positive and move on to bigger things.
And just to see Chris Brown going after Tinashe just because she didn't feel comfortable with the collaborations that her label was probably forcing her to do. If Tinashe did not feel comfortable with the collaborations that she had to deal with on her label, she has every right to speak out against that. Let's get into the music. That is what we are here for. Let's get into it, guys. 1111 is the 11th studio album by pop and R&B singer Chris Brown. I think this album itself, it's a hit and miss for me. There are really nice moments on this album, but there are other moments that are really hard to go through. The opening track, Angel Numbers and 10 Toes, not only it has a very beautiful melody, you have this very beautiful guitar that comes in, and I love that Chris Brown really does a really fantastic job on this song. It also leads off to another song which is called 10 Toes. You have this really fantastic beat that comes in with these hard drums. It just reminds me so much of Autumn Leaves. I really like it. I think it's one of my favorites off the album. Other songs on this album also include different genres. You also have Afro beats, like the song Sensational featuring Davido and Lojay. Thought this song was really such a very nice vibe. It took a while for me to actually get into it and just how the vibe is around it. I really do like it. Shooter was a very nice song. I thought this one was very enjoyable. The chorus just gets your attention just right. I can just picture being on an island listening to this song. The song Need a Friend is going more towards the 1980s, between the different mixtures of different layers and these hard 1980s drums that come in. They really are just impressive. Moonlight is a song that is unbelievable. It's one of the best songs off the album. Not only you have the 1980s sound around it, it's very romantic. I love that it's actually talking about this person that you're in love with its lyrics, how it's sung. Even the bridge itself is the best part. We can turn down the lights down low. It's the stars that make you glow. If you're talking to this person and you are really into them, it really speaks to you in a certain way. And I feel like this song really does that to me. Best Ever featuring Maeta. I've never heard of her. I really thought this was Sabrina Claudio when I heard this song. I thought her vocal range was really nice in this song. It just doesn't sound like this would be for him. It sounds like something that would be for her. I hear a lot of Janae Aiko and Sabrina Claudio when I hear Maeta. It's not a track that I would go back to. Messed Up is a song that is very, very good, and I thought this song really speaks a lot of different levels. Dealing with a very toxic relationship. Even during the song, Chris even explains that having too much alcohol can really make you have bad decisions. Just dealing with a lot of stuff going on in your life. Something that you really cannot take anymore. I'm not trying to paint Chris Brown as the victim here. He has a lot of issues with himself, battling a lot of demons in his life. Stuff that he really cannot escape. The production on this song is very dark. It's something that you can really relate to, and that's what I really like about this one. Let's talk about the bad. At least it's not 49 songs. That's On You featuring Future. The chorus on this song was pretty decent. Future on this song was very cringe. I don't think this song was great. And this is where it really goes downhill from here. Red Flags just did not impress me. It's just not sexy. The song feels something. Not only it drags really much, but there's something about this song that I really just could not connect with. If I really wanted to feel in a really romantic way with my partner, This song really just doesn't do it. There's something about it that is just not really grabbing me in the right way. And I heard a lot of Chris Brown in the past that he could really make songs that are very sexy, and you feel those special moments towards them. With this one, I just don't. I think the production on the song is pretty solid. It's not really pushing those limits, and that's why I just don't really care for it. As for the other songs of the album, they just don't really paint a picture really well. One of them is called Stutter, and you know which song I'm talking about with Stutter by Joe. The biggest issue I have with artists is that they try to create the original song to make it more up to date, which doesn't always pan out in the best way. And I feel like that Chris Brown doesn't really do that with this song. It sounds very outdated. It doesn't sound really fresh. It's not to the point where I'm thinking, yes, this is going to be a major hit for Chris Brown. Summer Too Hot, which was the first single off the album, it just reminds me so much of the song called Questions. At least half of the songs on this album sound exactly the same, just like the other songs on here. That is 1111 by Chris Brown. What do I think of this album? I really think it really could have been better. Chris Brown can do much better than this. Just to have 22 songs on this album, and it's not like Chris Brown is going for something that is very risky here, or something that he's never tried before. And it just did not bring anything that was very creative at all. There's nothing there that really tells me that Chris Brown has evolved as an artist. It's basically the same thing from his previous 3 albums that he has released. Indigo, Heartbreak on a Full Moon, and Breezy. There were so many moments in this album that I actually fell asleep when I was listening to this album. There was just no excitement from it. Chris Brown has put out better releases. X is probably his best work he has put out. Fortune is a really good album as well. That's my whole thought about this album. It's really kind of disappointing, and I know that Chris Brown can do way better than this. If you guys want to see more videos, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and comment. Take care, guys.